everybody. It is Saturday, April 26th. My name is Karen and this is BobbleHeadKnits. So welcome everybody, whether you're new here or you've been here before, everybody is welcome. Like and subscribe if you like my videos and you want to see more of them. Subscribe just because it helps me. It just gives me a little boost in the algorithm, and then other people see me. So welcome to all the new people here. I've had quite an influx of new people, and so thank you for joining me. All right, this is, like I said, my knitting podcast, so we should probably get on with knitting. All right, I have had a very busy week. Sorry, my glasses feel like they're not sitting right. They might be, we'll see. Just tell me if they sit like this way. Anyways, I've had a very busy week. I've got a very busy few weeks coming up also. So I've not got as much knitting done as I wanted to, but I have two finished objects. So let's get on with things. All right, first off, the first finished object. I knit out of this Knit It Wild Animal Friends by Louise Crowther. And I knit Charlie the chimpanzee. So my Charlie currently does not have clothes. So if you're offended by that, look away. Ready? Here he is. Charlie the chimpanzee. Yes. He is so much fun. I love him. He's got extra long legs. A few things that I did differently. Well, one, he was supposed to have little brown paws, but he was speaking to me as I was knitting him, and he decided he did not want little brown paws. So he's just got black paws. The other thing is that Charlie was supposed to have eyes, button eyes. I did not do that. I used safety eyes, mainly because my 2-year-old grandson Atticus might be claiming him, even though I knit him for me. You know how 2-year-olds are. So I did not want to take a chance. And Charlie, I think, looks fine with button eyes. So, what else? He's got some weird, look, I am not a sewist. I do not like sewing. I don't like stitching on buttons or any of that stuff. Yeah, so his mattress seams or mattress stitches up the back, not the best, so I won't be showing them to you. But he'll be covered, he'll be wearing clothes. So right now he has no clothes. Dude needs some pants, wouldn't you say? So yeah, I'll be making some pants for him. And yeah, very happy with him, and he's got a little smile. Yeah, I had the hardest time doing that smile. Yeah, okay. Hopefully it'll stay in place. I may need to tack it down a little bit. We'll see. He was super easy to knit. If you can knit and purl and do a mattress stitch or something like it, which is what I did, you can totally do him. And I'm working on his ears. Look, his ears are a little wonky too. None of us are perfect, right? And Charlie's not perfect either. There's Charlie. All right, so Charlie was stitched up with Shep's stone washed, and I used, for the body, I used black onyx. I went through 1.5 of these little, I think they're 50 grams. Let me double check here. Oh, of course it doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure they're 50 grams. So yeah, 1.5. I could be wrong. They could be 100. Who knows? And then his hands and muzzle and all that was done in this color, which is Boulder Opal. So his clothing will also be done in Shep's. Yeah, you know what I mean. Some of it will be the stone wash, and then some will be Catonia. Yes. So all of it is living inside my Patton and Whitfield sheep's bag. Look, we're not picky here about our bags. So yes, Charlie took me not very very long, actually. Not as long as I thought he would. So sorry if you hear coughing, my husband's out there. But sorry, he did not take very long. When did I start him? Let's see. I started him on March 30th. And so it took me about a month. But I really think you could do it like much faster because, I mean, I could not knit nonstop all day long. So, you know, if you could, then yeah, you could do it probably in a few days. So I love Charlie. All right, he's gonna go up there with, I don't know if you can see there, right? There? Yeah. Well, you know, you see him back there. Chuck, the gnome, will have Charlie, the chimpanzee, with him. And then when Atticus comes over, if Atticus wants to play with him, that's fine. If Atticus decides he's going home with him, it's fine too. Atticus just lives 3 doors down. So, you know, things go back and forth all the time. All right, so that was with finished object number 1, Charlie, the chimpanzee. Dude needs some pants. That's gonna be the name of this vlog. Dude is pantless. So, all right, I think, let me show you, hold on. I put the book away and I shouldn't have. Okay, so Charlie, I'm gonna make these little jean shorts. He's got a t-shirt and he's got this jacket and he's got shoes. I don't know if I'm gonna do the shoes only because I don't know. Does he? We'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely doing all the clothes. Shoes, maybe. We'll see. All right, that was whip number 1. All right, whip number 2. Hang on, I gotta find a place for Charlie to sit where I can see him. There. Charlie's ear's kind of the one, he's got like a cauliflower ear going here or something. I don't know what it is. That's okay. His head's also kind of tilted, which is fine because he's like me. He's got a bobbly head. So yeah, which is fine. So one shoulder is a little higher than the other. He's just like me. I got one shoulder higher. I got the bobbly head. I don't have the cauliflower ear, but yeah. Okay, enough about Charlie. I just love Charlie. Okay, next finished object. Hang on. In case you're wondering, I'm looking over here at my iPad, which is right in front of me. Also, I'm trying to make sure that my computer, which is right behind me, hang on, or right behind you. I'll eventually get it. This is actually my work computer, and when I record for you guys, I use it as lighting because I have 2 big screens. So the screensavers are really bright and beautiful, and so it's helping with the lighting. You do what you have to do, right? Okay, this next finished object. If you are easily offended, you probably want to just fast forward through this. If you have small children in the room who can read, don't let them watch this. If the first word offends you, yeah, you should definitely look away. If the second word offends you, you're in the right place. Okay, ready? This is my dishcloth by Danna Rachel, and I warned you, okay, here it comes. And here it is. I may not be able to see what's on there, but it's a certain 4-letter word followed by a certain 5-letter word of a certain person that is just wreaking havoc with our world. And it's hard for you to see. I don't know that you can actually see it, but yeah. I made that for my husband. He loves it. He hasn't used it yet. But now other people want them, so I will be making more of them. This is Dishy, Knit Picks Dishy in the colorway Fiesta Red. I have a blue in another half skein of the red, so I can make 3 more of these. I'll probably order some more and use these as Christmas gifts, even for the people in my family that like this particular person. Yeah. Some of you may be getting them too. Okay. This was very easy to knit. It was supposed to be my easy knitting. It was mostly. However, I did keep having to count and stuff, so not as easy as I would have liked. But yeah, very easy. Free pattern by Danna Rachel. I don't know. I know that there might be many patterns like this floating around. I don't know. I just looked for free dishcloth and that came up. But there is a woman here in Colorado. She owns Get Knit Faced, I believe. She also has, if it might be her, I don't know. But she has a similar pattern if this is not her pattern. So free on Ravelry. Yeah. Okay. You can wash your toilets with it. Okay. All right, so two finished object, yay me. The Dishy comes in 100-gram skeins. I have a little over a half left, so I will be knitting one more in the Fiesta Red and then switching colors. I'll probably be ordering some more colors. I think I gotta order an orange one because, of course, why not? Okay, let's move on to whips. Okay. This whip should not have taken me as long as it did to actually get as far as I have here, but I had many issues getting started. No, this is not the whip that you all are waiting to hear if it's gonna be finished or not. This is, hang on, let me get back into Ravelry here. This is my Flipside Tee by Tanis Laval, and this is all I have for it so far. Some of you were here a few weeks ago when I picked the yarn. The yarn was this big skein and two complementary smaller skeins, which I don't know which ones they were because now they're all in this big old bag from La Bien-Aimée. And yeah, so this was sock yarn. I picked it and I looked at it and was like, I can't make socks with that. That is too pretty. So I remembered that I had other mini skeins, and this is all Hue Loco from her Take Flight collection. I did, I had a mini set, the You've Got Me Humming mini set. And I apologize, but I'm going to show you these out of order and possibly not the right ones altogether because I dumped the sock set, which was the merino sock set in the colorway Parrot, in the bag with the You Got Me Humming. And so they're all combined now. And yeah, so I don't know if I can hold all these up. We're gonna try. Yeah, all this, okay? Can you see all that? All that, okay? So I decided that I would make a t-shirt with it. So this is the Flipside Tee, and I should be much further along. I had the hardest time getting started, and I'll tell you why. Well, one, I was using these long 40-inch needles, which when you're casting on, for the neck, you really need the smaller ones, but I had to order the smaller ones and they hadn't come, and I was anxious. So I just wanted to get it started. And yeah, so I kept tangling up with the needles. I also did a few Mobiuses when I connected to knitting around. It, yeah, happens. And just like like I said, I was busy this week and I was, yeah. Just, it's an issue. But I had originally gotten much further than this. Like had two colors in it. So I had the beautiful this in it too, and I had gotten much further. It's so beautiful together. I ripped it out because I was not happy with how the increases in the eyelets were looking. There's eyelets down the sleeve. So yeah, I found a drop stitch. Gotta hang on. I'm gonna stick something in it before I lose the drop stitch. Hold on. I just gotta get a little stitch marker here. Yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah, so I just kind of, you know, slow going here. But today I'm gonna work on this because I don't plan on doing a whole lot but knitting. So, all right. Oh, I have, what was I gonna say? Oh, I got a new stitch marker that I'm gonna use with this. I'm gonna show it to you in just when we get to acquisitions, which is soon. And so we'll just do it now. The husband sweater, the, what am I knitting my husband? I'm knitting my husband the Dustin sweater. Nothing was done on that this week. Didn't even touch it, over it. But I know I need to get back to it, and I'll show you why, because one of the acquisitions is for that. So I got this beautiful stitch marker. I had a few things come in this week. Hang on, hold on. I got this beautiful stitch marker by 3 by the Sea in, it's on Etsy. And I saw this and I was like, I have to have it. Look at that. It's a swimmer and I'm a swimmer. So I just love it. Yeah. I'm going to use this stitch marker in place of the current one, which, hang on, I'm going to show you my current one after I put this new one on. The old one, or the one I'm taking off that I'm going to show you, I really love that one too. However, it's a little too dangly and it kept getting tangled up. So hang on, I'm getting there. It's fiddly. It's actually was originally a, I don't know what they call them in crochet. It was meant for crochet, and it's just this rock. And then I put it on a light bulb stitch marker. It's that to make it work for me for knitting, and it's just too dangly. So took that off. Okay, so now I have my swimmer on my shirt, on my tee, and I really hope I make a lot of progress on this. So there we are. Can't see it, it's flopped around, but yeah, it's on there. Okay, let's move on. This is, like I said, living in my La Bien-Aimée de la Q bag from, what is that? Some Jimmy Bean's wool. Jimmy Bean's wool, in case you didn't know, just got sold to a private equity firm. Good for the owners because they probably made decent, you know, decent money on it, but not so great for us, the consumer. But what can you do? It happens, right? Okay, let's move on. All right, so like I said, I did not touch my husband's Deslin sweater. I'm not gonna haul it out because I don't feel like it's hot and heavy, and yeah, you've seen it, right? And I have run out of yarn for it twice now. And the yarn I'm knitting it in is Shibui Knits in the Haven base in the colorway Caper, and twice now I've had to go to Ravelry and plead with people to sell me some out of their stash because the dyer is retired. And actually Madeline Tosh, which is owned by Jimmy Bean's Wool, picked up some of the bases to dye and to continue the Shibui Knits line, but this is not one that they picked up. So yeah, but Laura, I believe Laura's from New Hampshire. She sold me one skein. I probably really need 2 skeins to finish it. So right now, if you recall, I I knit almost all of one sleeve. I still have almost all of the second sleeve to knit, and then the ribbing around the bottom. So I'm gonna rip the one sleeve out that I almost finished, and then I'm gonna do helical knitting. Thank you for all of you who told me to do that. I will do that. I'm gonna bind or take this up later today and have it ready to go. Hopefully I will get, if I could get both sleeves to the cuffs, and then I only have the cuffs in the bottom ribbing, I can do those in a darker grain, which I do have. I think I have, but you know, I can find something that will be complementary. But yeah, I've gone through twice now in Ravelry. Anyone who had it stashed, even if they did not want to sell it, I've messaged them and told them my poor sad story. So yesterday I told my husband, I'm gonna spend all day today, like Saturday today, working on my summer tea and all. And he's like, what about my sweater? And I'm like, it's almost May. I don't feel like overwhelming need to finish it at this point, but I will, just not this weekend. Yeah, I about stabbed him with the knitting needle when he said that. Yeah, so I will get this going. I just have been, you know, like, I was all gung-ho about getting it done, and this actually only came 2 days ago, so there's that. But yeah, now I was like, it's getting warm, like, no rush. So I'm gonna work on that though. Here, I'm gonna put this right here. My desk is just cluttered with stuff from when I vlog. Okay, I did not pick up anything else. I have some lingering whips that I need to get back on. I did not. I just, you know, did what I showed you. So, yeah. Okay. That's it as far as acquisitions that I have to show you. I had a little, you know, one of those, I got off work and I was not feeling, I was just tired and kind of grumpy. So I did some retail therapy and I ordered some things on Etsy, including, aside from the stitch marker, I ordered some yarn. I accidentally ordered, I had something in mind and I knew exactly the store, and I clicked on something and I ordered it, and then I realized it wasn't the right store. So I returned it, but I have like a $60 credit now on Etsy because I took the Etsy credit as opposed to just having them put it back on my card. And then I ordered what I really wanted. Oh, there goes my lights there. And so that's being delivered today. I'll show it to you next week. But now I still have $60 credit on Etsy. So yeah, don't tell my husband. I'll probably order some more yarn. We'll see. Okay, let's see. I actually did show notes here, but I did not, like, I didn't have them open, so I don't even know where they went. Where did they go? There it is. I did not open them. I've been winging this, so I think, let me just make sure I got everything. Okay, I got my needles, which I had ordered 2 needles for the dishcloths and for the t-shirt. I did finish this in the double pointed needles because I didn't want to mess with gauge and all that. It was fine. I mean, I finished it. I only threw the needles across the room a couple times unintentionally. So, but the next ones will be knit on circular needles, so I won't have that issue with throwing the needles. What else? Just make sure I covered everything. Oh, acquisitions. Someone calls them stash enhancements. I want to call mine stash enhancements, but I'll forget. And I got enough stash that, yeah, it doesn't need enhancing. All right. Oh, I did buy also in one of those, I'm in a grumpy mood, I need to do some retail therapy moments. I bought the middle of the map mini skein set for Colorado, my state, from Explorer Knits and Fiber. She's a Colorado dyer, and she has like different, she's doing like a collection from different states, and she finally got to Colorado, so I ordered that. That won't be here until like, I think July or something. She does like pre-orders on everything. So that's coming too. So, all right, that's it. That's all I got for knitting. If you want to leave now, totally get that. I'm going to just talk very briefly about life stuff. So let's talk life stuff. First, coffee. Gotta take a sip of coffee here. Okay, life stuff. Last Saturday we had Atticus's 2nd birthday. It was lovely. It was it was supposed to be like a cold, snowy day. It turned out not to be a bad day. It wasn't really snowy, so eventually we were able to move the party outside. Atticus turned 2, as I said. The most important thing to know here is that nobody cried during the whole party. Bunch of 2-year-olds, nobody cried. Their parents didn't cry. I didn't cry. It was perfect. So, yeah, it was the day before Easter, so my daughter-in-law, who'd planned everything, it was just lovely. She did a little Easter egg hunt for the kids. The theme was jungle theme. So my daughter-in-law, I don't know if I've said this before, she has a pet boa constrictor. Yeah, I don't like snakes. I'm terrified of snakes. I don't want to be like in the same house with a snake, but I am every day that I go over there. But she brought Biddy, who is not so bitty, up so the kids were able to see and touch Biddy. Biddy is like a good 6 foot long. Yeah, he lives in a very secure like tank. He comes out every now and then. She feeds it dead rats. Okay, but yeah, he came out for an appearance. I left when that happened. We made all kinds of cool, like, my husband made like a egg casserole thing, and then my daughter-in-law and her friend, her best friend who came to town for the birthday party, they made like all these like jungle themed platters and things, so it was really nice. And yeah, not one tear was shed. It was great. Okay, the rest of the weekend was spent with family and friends, mostly Atticus and his parents. I did get to see my sister also, which she lives like 40 minutes away, but we just don't see one another regularly, so that was nice to see her. My husband did a lot of cooking over the weekend, and we had our daughter was not able to hang out with us over the weekend because she was working. She works for the Colorado Rockies, so the baseball season has begun, and so we won't be seeing a whole lot of her around until after the season. But her brother, our son, and his wife, and my daughter-in-law's best friend, they came over for Easter dinner. It was very lovely. I also learned, I made a new friend. My daughter-in-law's best friend, who lives in Oklahoma, they've known each other since they were in 5th grade, and they've never lived closer than 5 hours, like, away. They met in summer camp, and they've just continued this friendship. And Brooke is her name. My daughter-in-law is Claire. So they just travel back and forth to see each other, and just delightful young people. So, but Brooke revealed that she loves hand knitted socks, hand knitted anything. She is not a knitter, but she was so excited. She had not been over to our house ever. I've met her a few times, but she'd never been to our house. So Claire had been telling her about how I'm a knitter and I collect yarn and da-da-da. And so she came in expecting to see this massive display of yarn, because apparently that's what my reputation is now. And it wasn't, my yarn is carefully camouflaged in my office. So she was really excited to see the office, though, because she had heard about all this yarn, and I had to show her where I had it all tucked away. But she was really interested in, like, she saw all my knitting stuff and I have like shawls and things hanging on the closet door and all this, and she was really excited. So she was telling me that this woman would make her handmade socks, but then had to quit knitting because she was having too many hand issues. So she's really bummed. So guess what? I'm going to be knitting Brooke some socks. So she was really sad about that. I was like, oh, Brooke, I gotcha. So yes, I'm going to knit Brooke some socks. And she also is a scarf wearer, a shawl wearer. So I'll be knitting some for Brooke. Brooke is going to become my new best friend. All right. Yes, so that was the weekend. The other thing for Easter, this was not really for Easter, but my husband and I have been talking about getting a raised bed garden, but we wanted it to be like at my hip length so that no one had to bend over. So my husband found a guy who made it for us. So he made us this big cedar raised bed garden, and we're actually going to have him make some other garden planters for us. But yeah, it came last week. My husband went and got it, and it's beautiful. I can hardly wait to plant. I am not a gardener type person, but I do like to grow tomatoes and a few other little things. So we're going to do that this summer. It's the first time we've been back in a house with the yard and the room to do proper garden. We just don't want to be digging around on the ground because, we're kind of getting old. So that's why we have the raised bed. Yes, and we have a lot of space. Our yard's not huge in the back, but we have I think it was like an RV pad, I think. And so we're going to put these raised beds out there, and it gets really good sun, so it should be good. But yes, I've already talked to my husband about, he's going to buy these other planters for me for Mother's Day, but then we're talking about going to get plants and all. In Colorado, our growing season's short. You don't even put anything in the ground. Like, you can do some cold weather crops, but most of it doesn't go into the ground until Memorial Day here, so the end of May. Now my dog's barking, sorry if you hear that. So yes, that's the plan. Reading and watching, we just finished The Last of Us season 1. We rewatched that, and now tonight we're gonna start watching season 2. And reading wise, I did not finish anything, so what can you say? All right, I have to go. It is gonna be almost 80 degrees today. My goal, I forgot to tell you. So a few weeks ago, I've been keeping an eye. We wanted to get a new patio set because we moved from downtown high rise with a good sized patio, but we didn't have enough patio furniture, and we have a big patio now with the backyard. So I wanted to get a really nice table so we could, with seating for at least 6, so that we could all have like family dinner in our backyard. I didn't want to spend a whole lot though, and I was just happened to look on Nextdoor, and someone had listed a beautiful, it's like wrought iron, it's beautiful, for like $200. And I told my husband, can you go pick this up like right now? And he did. He got it home. I looked at it, I was like, I don't think these people realize what they had. So I looked up the brand. I looked on the company's website. If I had bought this table and all the seating that came with it, and the cushions, everything new, it would have been like $2,000, and we got it for $200. So unfortunately, it's been either too cold or I've been too busy to sit on any of it. So I told my husband this weekend, today, I'm going to spend my day sitting on this with this beautiful new furniture we have. I did order new cushions because they had like teenage boys and their cushions that were with it were kind of grubby. But yeah, I was able to get the same brand with the cushions that fit perfectly, and also I was very happy about that. So I'm gonna go sit on the patio. I'm gonna do that. I also have to fix, we have party lights on our patio, and of course over the winter they've gotten battered. So I need to go make sure they get hung properly and all that. And then, yeah, I'm gonna hang out. So that's it. Everybody have a great week. I will be back next week. I might have a finished Dustland sweater for my husband. I might not. We'll see. All right. See y'all. Bye.